Most people imagine innovation as a flash of genius, a light bulb moment in a lab, a sudden spark that changes everything in an instant. We picture inventors as brilliant minds, struck by inspiration while surrounded by mysterious gadgets and glowing test tubes. But the truth? The world's most useful inventions usually start with a problem, something ordinary, even annoying, that just won't go away. Not a grand vision, but a nagging, everyday frustration that someone finally gets fed up with. It's the little things that drive us crazy, the daily hassles that seem too small to matter, until they don't. The things that change our lives aren't born from a desire to be brilliant, but from a need to make something less difficult or less annoying. It's about making life a bit smoother, a bit easier, for ourselves and for others. The real secret isn't a high IQ or a fancy degree, it's the willingness to tackle problems others ignore, to keep going when most people give up or look away. These aren't glamorous challenges. They're the squeaky wheel, the leaky faucet, the tool that keeps breaking. They're the things that interrupt our routines and demand our attention, no matter how small. But inside that frustration is the seed of a genuinely useful idea. Every annoyance is a hidden opportunity, waiting for someone to notice and care enough to do something about it. Innovators see problems as opportunities, not annoyances. They look at what's broken and imagine how it could be better, even if it's just a little bit at a time. We're taught to study the successes, but the real lessons are in the messes and failures. Every mistake, every setback, is a step closer to a solution that actually works. Innovation is a messy business, more about stubbornly fixing what's broken than sudden inspiration. It's about rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty, again and again. Forget the myth of the lone genius. The best ideas are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to get annoyed enough to act. Anyone can be that person, if they're willing to pay attention. Over the next few minutes, let's look at stories of people who did just that, ordinary people who saw a problem and decided to fix it, no matter how small it seemed at first. They didn't set out to change the world, they just wanted to solve a problem. But sometimes that's all it takes to make a real difference. And in doing so, they created something remarkable, something that made life better for everyone, not just themselves. Innovation starts with a dirty job, not a clean lab. Let's dive in and discover how frustration can become the first step toward greatness. In 1968, Dr. Spencer Silver at 3M set out on a mission to invent a super strong glue that would revolutionize the world of adhesives, but instead of a powerful adhesive, he accidentally created a weak glue, one that barely stuck to anything and seemed useless for his original goal. For years, his so-called failed glue sat untouched on a shelf, gathering dust, a solution in search of a problem, overlooked by almost everyone. Then came Art Fry, a choir singer and 3M scientist, who was constantly frustrated by bookmarks that slipped out of his hymnal every week during choir practice. Remembering Silver's unusual adhesive, Fry had a spark of inspiration. What if he used that weak glue on his bookmarks to keep them in place, but still be able to remove them easily? He tried it out. The paper stuck just enough, but peeled off cleanly without tearing the page. Problem solved, and a new idea was born. That's how the Post-it note came to life, not from a grand vision, but from a small, persistent annoyance that needed a clever fix. True innovation here wasn't about inventing something entirely new, but about connecting a so-called failure to a real-world need that nobody had solved yet. Today, the Post-it note is everywhere. Offices, homes, classrooms, but it all started as a practical fix for a simple weekly struggle. Sometimes, the most brilliant ideas are just simple solutions to the little things that drive us crazy, the everyday problems we all share. It's a powerful reminder. Don't dismiss the useless ideas or failed experiments. They might just be waiting for the right problem to come along. Innovation is often about seeing value where others see only failure, and being open to unexpected possibilities. The next big thing might be hiding in your own daily frustrations, just waiting for you to notice. So pay close attention to the problems that bother you most. That's where real opportunity lives, ready to be discovered. And that's how everyday annoyances, when met with a little creativity, can truly change the world for everyone. James Dyson didn't set out to disrupt an industry, he just wanted a vacuum that actually worked. His top-of-the-line machine lost suction as the bag filled, a flaw everyone accepted, but Dyson saw it as an engineering challenge, not just an annoyance. Inspired by a cyclone tower he built for a factory, he wondered, could that principle separate dust in a vacuum? He built over 5,000 prototypes, failing for 5 years, while the industry ignored him. Vacuum companies didn't want a bagless machine, they made money selling bags. But Dyson persisted, perfecting a vacuum that maintained constant suction. His innovation was born from personal frustration and relentless tinkering. He didn't start with a business plan, just a dirty carpet and a stubborn belief there had to be a better way. Real innovation is messy, slow, and often ignored, until it works. Sometimes the best ideas come from refusing to accept good enough. Dyson's story proves, solving your own problem can change the world, and it all started with a dirty job. Necessity is the mother of invention, but it's more than that. Necessity is the blueprint, the starting point for every meaningful creation. Real problems shape real solutions. When life throws obstacles in our path, it forces us to think differently, to adapt and create. You don't build a bridge for fun, you build it because there's a river to cross, a gap that demands to be closed. The problem itself dictates the design, the strength, the function. Every detail is a response to a specific challenge. The same goes for everyday innovations. A bookmark that won't fall out, designed because someone was tired of losing their place. Or a vacuum that won't clog, born from the frustration of constant cleaning and maintenance. The best ideas aren't solutions in search of a problem. They're tailor-made answers to real needs, crafted with purpose. When you solve your own problem, you're the first and toughest customer. You know exactly what's missing and what matters most. You know what good looks like because you're living with the alternative, feeling the pain points every day. This hands-on understanding beats any market research or focus group. It's direct, honest, and personal. Find a genuine point of friction in your life. Observe it. Get frustrated by it. Let it bother you enough to want change. That frustration is fuel, and the problem itself is your guide. It points you toward what truly needs fixing. The most robust ideas are forged in the fires of necessity, tested and refined by real-world demands. The problem isn't the obstacle, it's the path. It's the map that leads you to innovation. Innovation starts with a need, not a brainstorm. It's about noticing what's missing and daring to fix it. Let your problems show you the way. Follow them, and you'll find opportunities hidden in plain sight. That's how real progress happens. One problem, one solution, one step at a time. Textbooks are valuable. They teach theory, history, and fundamentals, but they can't teach you the feel of a tool in your hand or the frustration of a machine that breaks every Tuesday. Academic knowledge is a map. Real life is the muddy, unpredictable terrain. In the workshop, variables like humidity and worn parts change everything. That's where hands-on experience, tribal knowledge, matters most. The best mechanics and plumbers know their craft by touch, sound, and intuition. They've seen 1,000 ways things break, so they know 1,000 ways to fix them. This practical experience is a hotbed for innovation. The best ideas come from the intersection of theory and practice. If I had to bet, I'd pick the person who knows the problem inside out, not the one with the most degrees. Real solutions come from those who live with the problem. That's where innovation thrives. We're obsessed with perfection, flawless products, seamless experiences, but in real problem solving, chasing perfect can kill progress. The most innovative solutions are often simple, practical, and just good enough. Think duct tape fixes and custom tools made from scrap. Crude, but perfectly suited for the job. When you need a solution now, you use what you have and focus on the core problem. This mindset strips away the unnecessary and gets right to the point. Good enough solutions save time, energy, and often spark further innovation. Perfection isn't the goal. Solving the problem is. This approach encourages experimentation and learning from failure. Build, test, fix, repeat. That's how breakthroughs happen. In the real world, you build it, see if it works, and move on. There's beauty in pragmatism. Sometimes good enough is exactly what you need. Where do you find innovation-sparking problems? They're everywhere, hiding in plain sight. They're in your daily frustrations, workplace inefficiencies, and the things you wish worked better. Most people ignore these annoyances, but what if you treated them as clues? Start by noticing what bugs you. Write it down, don't judge it. You're not trying to invent the next big thing, just practicing observation. Every job has its dirty jobs. Tasks that are inefficient or unpleasant. The things everyone complains about but no one fixes, those are opportunities. Don't worry about the solution yet. Fall in love with the problem. Understand it, talk to others, dig into the details. By immersing yourself in the problem, you'll spot solutions others miss. Your own dirty job is out there, waiting for you to notice. Be willing to see it, and get your hands dirty, fixing it. We picture innovators as famous CEOs, but real innovation happens everywhere. The world is full of unsung heroes, factory workers, nurses, teachers, farmers, quietly solving problems every day. They don't get patents or headlines, but their solutions matter. I've met a sewer inspector who built a camera car to inspect pipes, and a bridge painter who invented a safer scaffold. These people don't call themselves innovators, they're just getting the job done. Their small improvements ripple out, saving time, money, and even lives. We need to redefine innovator. It's not just the CEO, but the person on the front lines. Their hands-on knowledge is a resource we can't afford to overlook. Next time you see a clever homemade fix, appreciate it. You're looking at a true innovator in action. These unsung heroes keep the world running. We've seen how the best innovations come from everyday struggles. They're born from a desire to make things work better, not from chasing fame. The world is full of broken, inefficient, annoying things. See them as invitations, not burdens. You don't need a fancy lab, just curiosity, and the courage to ask, is there a better way? The answer might be a simple tweak, or the seed of a big idea. Progress isn't just for geniuses, it's for anyone willing to engage with real problems. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention to the grit and grime of daily life. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. There's always another problem to solve, another story to tell. Subscribe to keep exploring the real world of innovation with us.